All right, so done trading. Yeah, just finished trading, and yeah, today was a bad red day. Lost $941, and yeah, some over trading and some really bad plays. Um, but anyway, I'm not actually not angry because it's actually funny because I'm now seeing some really good ones that I was kind of waiting for, but nothing really happened. But it's just one of those things. Trading is not certain. 941 is a lot more than what I was expecting. Um, of course, I was up at first and then went down. And I think PLTR was one that kind of took most of it out, and Apple kind of recovered it. And then, yeah, I was just trading in chop, essentially. So I'm not mad. I'm not angry. I'm not upset. There were some trades that I took that were really good, but I jumped out again because of the opposite of FOMO. Yeah, just not. Today was just not my day. All right, so let's go over my day and what happened. And as I said, this is weird. I'm actually not upset. Normally, losing this much in a day is a no-no, and it's been a while since I've lost that much. But I think whilst I did have some really good plays and some good ideas, today I decided to kind of chill and yeah, as I said, I overtraded again, and yeah, what I mean by overtrading is I took too many trades on even one ticker without getting an idea of what I wanted. So if you think about it, I played PRTR puts and then I played puts again. Just does not make sense. Played Apple puts and played Apple puts again. In fact, if I had just stuck to my Apple puts, it would have been an amazing day, maybe up by about $1,000. But because I was very stubborn, I decided to do that. So just before I even go into it, the market kind of rallied past on my supply zones, and that should have been a warning sign. And the reason being that if I was thinking of shorting and the market, the S&P is rallying, all the stocks that that are sort of trying to fall will not fall. It's like the opposite. Whenever, say, the market's in a downfall and all the other stocks are trying to sort of go up, they don't go up easily because there is resistance. There is sort of, the market is kind of in that opposite direction. It's actually interesting as I'm looking at this now. I was really hoping, and again, that's hoping, this would break, but I got out of Apple when it broke this. I was actually in profit. I entered around here. I was in profit at this point. But my target was this level, and it didn't reach that target. And of course, my stop was a bit too high. It was way over my limit. Actually, 500 was kind of my limit, so it took me out. So that's why that is where it is. Apple is minus 57. So Apple initially was a lot higher than that. Let's see. I wish I could show trades, but I can't. All right, so let's start with my first play, which was PLTR. I entered in probably a bit too heavy. Actually, I was a bit confused. I couldn't figure out how much I should get into with PLTR. And this is why I do not like options and I prefer to use shares. And I'm really considering just going back to trading with shares because I can control things a lot better. And I can just take quick scalps. And, I took my margin off, which is why I'm using this method. But I'm finding that whilst I can control myself better, I am playing with options where I can't put sort of limits. And I think I've made a decision now. I'm going to go back to my margin. And yeah, I'd rather, take quick scalps than to be playing with these because this just doesn't work. All right, so the first thing was, where was it now? yeah, so I got into the first play at 9:36 or 9:35. So I decided today to wait for the first 5 minutes. And on PLTR, and I don't know why I got in so quickly. Oh yeah, because I said to myself, okay, you know what? Let's get in. We'll use this as our stop. If we're in supply, let's go down. And of course, the market too was rallying at first, and then it started to come down. And I thought, okay, perfect. So that just seemed like it would work. So I think that's why I got in with quite a heavy size, because I thought, okay, the market is rejecting that. But that was not meant to be, or that wasn't to be. And so what ended up happening was it just went back up, ripped, and took me out. And so I started to plot, draw this wedge. And when it broke the wedge the second time, I played puts. So I thought, okay, maybe I got in at the wrong time and I played puts. And it just did not do that with any conviction. It went back up and I thought, oh crap, this is not working. I even actually adjusted this to, no, this is actually the first, I can't remember. But anyway, when it broke the second, I thought, you know what, screw this. I'm not even going to bother with this. I'm done with this particular stock. But as you can see, this is actually meant to be, no, it is right, but it's just, this is a choppy day. Today is a choppy day. And the market is doing its own thing. So I just, yeah, wasn't great. So I was down quite a bit then, and then went to Apple and started playing puts on Apple. And that was what was the better trade in the first place. It's funny because when you get into one and you see another one doing its thing, you're like, oh. So Apple, why I say Apple was the better trade was because, as you can see, it was the third 5-minute candle that caused this reaction. This is what I prefer to play. Rather than the first candles that are already out, I'd rather the price comes in, there's a clear area of resistance over here. So seeing Apple not able to cross this would have been great. And then just getting in here and then taking it down. But instead, I think I got in around, where was it now? Apple, where are we? 942. So 942, yeah, I got in just on this candle because, you know, in anticipation that we were going to break the low. Didn't really break it, went back up, then broke it, came down. I think I was really doing well at that point. Then I took out, I think I played about 50 contracts at that point. How many? What was it? No, actually I didn't pay up. I played 20. Oh yeah. No, 30. I played 30 contracts. I didn't want to play 40 again. So what I decided to do, it's funny because this might actually reject. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So what I decided to do was, yeah, take out some, and it went back up. And a part of me was saying, I put my stop at break even, and I said to myself, why don't you just put your stop here? You are fine. You're recovering. Just put your stop back up here. But I put my stop at break even because it was, you know, it seemed like a winning trade. And of course, it took my stop out and then it dropped, which is funny, you know. Took my stop out and dropped, and I thought, yeah, here we go. And then when that happened, I then went back into PLTR, which I explained. Then I went into V. V was FOMO, pure FOMO, because I thought, okay, if the market is going up, I need to be trading in the direction of the markets. And I remember Visa was doing that. So when it broke here, I actually jumped in here. Yeah, I jumped in on this candle, just at the break of this level, and I jumped in with 10 contracts. And for some weird reason, then I saw the market reversing, and I decided, okay, do you know what? Screw this. Had lost patience with it, got out, and then it just ripped up. And that's when I got into Apple puts again. And it's funny when you get out of a winning trade and then you go into one that causes you to lose. And I got into Apple. And yeah, this was really bad. This was so poor. So got into Apple when the market was coming down, jumped in around on this candle here. I believe it was this candle. Let me have another look. Jumped in with Apple, 1018. All right, so 1018, yeah. Oh wow, yeah, it was about this, around here. Yeah, it was about here. So I jumped in here, came down, was actually in profit, brought my thingy down to about, what's it called? I think it's about $200 down, but I was like, no, I really want to take this down. Please break this level, because my target was going to be this level here, but it never got there. And then it just reversed, and I plotted this channel. And I said if it broke this channel, I would get out, which it did. And I just thought, okay, you know what, this is not working today. I'm having a really bad day. Forget about it. There's probably another channel here which is it's holding on to. So I said, just forget about it. You're not trading well. And it's funny now when I look at PLTR, it's following the market. I also got into Tesla, I think. Is there Tesla in here? Yes, there was Tesla. Tesla wasn't good either. Yeah, I lost $70 on Tesla. So everything was bad today. Yeah, see, finally broke. And yeah, I actually played Tesla puts. And I think I got in here, but when it broke this and went back, I lost patience. And I think I said to myself, this is not working. This is just not my day. And it's so funny now seeing this do this, where, you know, and I think all I just needed to do was just be patient. Just be patient. So, I mean, there's some things I'm going to tweak with this strategy that I have. One of them is I've been considering just saying, just take trades when you have wedges and when wedges truly break, because when they do, they work quite well. PLTR obviously didn't plot a good wedge, so it didn't really work. And in fact, there were clues that it was wrong. The wedge I was plotting was wrong. So if I go back to PLTR, because you would say, well, you did plot PLTR as a wedge, which is correct, and it didn't work. But the thing I messed up here was when it came up here, like you see at this point I had this line, and when it came back up here, it broke this level, right? And then got rejected. This should have been an adjustment to about here. And then when it came back down here, on this candle, and then there's another thing. Don't take trades against the market. Yeah, it actually did want to work, but this did not work, of course. I should have just said, get in here, stop here, and, you know, keep going down. And then the moment it went back into the wedge, I could have just gotten out, you know, with a tiny loss. But really, I think this was actually just a trading range. Yeah, this was just a trading range. And so the issue is just picking direction, and maybe it's just a question of just chilling till the right direction comes in. It's trying to break through this resistance. The market is going up, and I'm the one going the opposite direction. This always happens when you have been trading in one direction. That doesn't really help. As you can see, my buying power is now 153. I reckon if I had traded in the opposite, if I had kind of traded with small size, with margin, I would probably have done a better job. But again, I don't know, right? Hindsight's 2020. It's easy to kind of say that now and make this decision, but sometimes you just need to sort of give yourself enough patience to make these decisions. As you can see now, we have NEO about to break this wedge. Anyway, like I said, today, not a great day. Lost too much money. So I'm just going to let it go. And we can always come back tomorrow. Yeah, you know, it's just what trading is about. You know, it's just one of those things. All right, so yeah, let me just see. I think I've covered everything. I think one more thing I can say is my entry in Apple was probably not the best. I was playing puts in no man's land. That's another thing. And I think that was based on FOMO, because I think I did this and I didn't really set a good stop. So, yeah, playing puts from no man's land, not a good idea. I need to definitely stop that and start focusing on always either getting in at this point where I have a good stop, or just waiting for price to come back to this level, which is over here, and I'm sure we're going to have a nice drop. But again, or just taking quick scalps, because I think when I do it that way, I always seem to win really quite well. And what I mean by that is just kind of following the trend, getting out when it breaks the trend line, which unfortunately doesn't allow for me to take long trades, but at least it works. All right, I'm done for the day, and yeah, gonna focus on something else.